Anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Okay, people, welcome back to another stream. Hope everyone is doing good. Excuse me. Hope everyone's doing good. Welcome back to another stream. Like always, make sure. Excuse me. Bad start to the stream there. Voice is playing up. But anyway, welcome back to another stream. Hope everyone is doing well. As always, if you are enjoying the streams, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, it does really help out. Make sure you hit the bell as well so you don't miss out on any streams or uploads in the future. Check out Telegram channel, link to that in the description below. I post my trades there, watch this for the week, trades, tips, videos. So check that out if you want to stay in the loop of things. And if you are looking for a broker, I do have my affiliate link to IC Markets at the top of the chat. But yeah, guys, welcome back to another stream. crazy day in the markets yesterday. A lot of movement after the CPI, and especially this morning as well. We're seeing some aggressive moves, aggressive retracements, potentially reversals, with a lot of pairs as well. So there's a lot of movement, which is good for us traders. We want to see movement, provides opportunities. So yeah, things are looking interesting. But what is up, everyone? FX Wolf, good morning. Hope you're doing good. Took a loss today on Euro Yen. Okay, we'll go take a look. Please check Euro Yen, Pound Yen, and Pound Aussie. Sure thing. Save me from USD. I'm not sure if I can do that, Zeno. USD has a mind of its own. Max is what is up. Can dollar Swiss play bullish today? It can definitely play bullish. It can play bullish or bearish. I'll take a look at the pair and give you my thoughts. But dollar at the moment still looks to be on the up. What's up, Matt? Favorite trading psychologist? I'll take that, to be fair. I'll hold that title. Kelvin, what is up? Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Sculpey, as always, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. John, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Looking at selling pound USD, Aussie dollar. Not a bad shout at all. Dollar looks to be strong so far. So, you know, selling any currency against the dollar pretty much makes a lot of sense to me. So we'll go take a look at some dollar pairs as well. What's up, Corusco? Welcome to the stream. Enjoy your day as well. Yeah, and happy Valentine's Day as well. Forgot about that. Anyway, let's go through some yen pairs. Yen pairs didn't see too much movement. They have been very, very bullish since the week has started, to be fair, but CPI was really causing some dollar movements, which we'll touch on in a moment. But yeah, Euro Yen, I was looking to buy this one. Unfortunately, kind of missed my area, as I was touching upon yesterday. I was looking to buy this pair on the retest of the structure. We missed it by a few pips, and now price is looking bullish and almost hitting the highs there. So I'm not really too interested with Euro Yen. I did say yesterday as well, a break me test here can make sense for some buys, but the risk reward might not be fantastic from that area, depending on the entry, of course. At least for myself, I probably wouldn't be looking at such a great RR, but nonetheless, we still could use this as support to continue higher. I do think there's a good chance we can come back, you know, test the highs over here, potentially break them. There is room to the upside for Euro Yen if we do want to continue higher. We do have the highs over here, potentially price could run to, but at the moment in time, I'm still bullish on Euro. Structure still holding, still seeing strong candles take us higher. This to me looks like a corrective move back down, so looks like retracement as well. Of course, nothing's 100%, but I would still favor more upside for Euro Yen. I'm not getting any sign yet that the market is going to reverse. If you start taking out some of these lows down here, then potentially okay, I might kind of relax on that bias. We might do something like this, but at the moment, structure still holding, so I do still favor upside for Euro Yen back into 161.800. So yeah, I still do see upside for Euro Yen. Pound Yen, I had a quite aggressive move back down again. We had some pound news. I can't remember what it was. Was it CPI? I don't know. I had some pound news this morning, and of course, pound was very, very weak to that and had a pretty aggressive move back down. But again, same with this one. I'm still bullish on the pair. Not the best location in terms of me looking to enter the trade. I spoke about this yesterday. You know, we're right at the swing high of the daily time frame. Not really the place I want to buy and hold a position and swing a move. Yes, maybe in the lower time frames, day trade, take advantage of the day's momentum. Not too much of an issue there, but not the best location for me to hold some trades from. But nonetheless, the structure's still up, still seeing confident higher highs and higher lows. A lot of momentum yesterday, breaking us to the upside, and now I would view this, although it is quite strong, I'll still look at this move as a retracement here, to be honest. Even though it is pretty strong move back down, but I would still view this as retracement. No key lows being taken out, and I'd still be expecting upside there for pound yen as well. So yeah, I mean, across the board, I'm still pretty bullish for the yen pairs. Maybe Swiss yen not so much. This kind of just looks very messy. I wouldn't be so bullish in that one. But Euro yen still looks up to me. Dollar yen still looks up to me. CAD yen still looks up. Although there is signs that we're starting to run out of momentum a little bit. yeah, I wouldn't be so keen to buy this one either. Again, trading at major swing highs there too. So similar to pound yen, not the best location in the world, but yeah, the structure's still pointing up. New Zealand yen, that's taking up major highs again. In a bit of a weird place, between a rock and a hard place, really. I wouldn't want to buy it either. You can see every time we do take out the most recent swing high on the daily chart, the market comes straight back down. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do something like this again. So again, not the best place to hold or buy. Again, day trading, a little bit different. You can take advantage of some momentum, a few pips here and there, and call it a day. But to swing a position from there, most likely, price is going to come back and tag you out a break even. So yeah, New Zealand yen not so bullish, Aussie yen not so bullish coming back into the high, but I do think there's a good chance we'll probably see a move back into the high there. And pound yen, as I touched upon, not a bad place for a long either. So yeah, yen pairs across the board still looking pretty bullish. Some yen pairs I wouldn't engage in. In fact, the only ones that do look good to me is probably euro yen, dollar yen, maybe pound yen, but as I said, not really for me, that one. Other yen pairs got some work to do before they look a lot better. But yeah, the direction for me is still pretty bullish with them. So I would expect a more upside. Morning, the professional trader. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. I'll take a look at pound Aussie, then I'll go through some dollar pairs as well. Yeah, pound USD, Aussie dollar, we'll take a look at dollar Swiss as well. So yeah, pound Aussie, last time I looked at this one before going to bed was very, very bullish. We had a very strong, confident daily candle closure here. So I was anticipating more upside from that. But this morning we've had a pretty aggressive move back down and the market has plummeted right back down here. So I'm kind of seeing what the next move is here for pound Aussie, because we are breaking through structure here on the left, this swing high here. Not the most confident break in the world, I must say. It's quite corrective the way we're breaking, which is sometimes a bit of a red flag. You want market to break structure really aggressively. This is a sign that, okay, we really are breaking through this low. There's a good chance we're going to pull back and continue bearish. If we kind of break through a low, which is like this, and kind of just steadily does it, then it's kind of 50-50. Technically, to break a structure, you might form a lower high and drop. Or it might just be price, sweeping some low, grabbing liquidity, faking out, and then continuing the trend as well. So the way the market is moving is a bit more 50-50. Technically, yes, break a structure, but it's not a confident one. So I want to see a bit more development with pound Aussie in terms of finding clarity in the direction. If we start plummeting down and taking out some of these lows here really hard, and then it might just be a big reversal we're having, or price starts respecting structure again and then we find our way back up, then yeah, the buys are firmly back on. And again, we've got swing targets all the way up here. I'm not too bothered by trying to find an entry in this kind of messy area. I'm fine catching a pullback somewhere, still get a comfortable risk reward. And again, same thing to the downside as well. If we can break through some structure, get some pullback somewhere, there's a long way down as well. So I don't need to try and find and force a trade just because I want to be in a trade. I can wait for an optimal place if it will form, of course. But yeah, pound Aussie, I don't really have a concrete bias with this one. I can see price going both ways. As I stated, I can see price breaking structure up and down. It's not kind of 100% clear for me. And this move here, very impulsive move up, followed by a very impulsive move down, is not a good thing for the buyers either. Hasn't broken structure yet, but strictly speaking, when you see an impulse up, impulse down, these are kind of V-shaped patterns which normally do give us a follow through in the opposite direction. So we do expect the market to drop back down. So again, not a good sign for the buyers, not really wanting to follow this trend up higher personally. So yeah, pound Aussie, I'll need a bit more information for this one. Let's start breaking through some structure a bit more confidently. And then yeah, there could be a nice high probability opportunity on the horizon. We'll go through some dollar pairs because that's kind of where my focus is as well. Pound USD did me dirty yesterday, I'm not gonna lie. What's up, Anus? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good, my man. Matt, anyone looked into Malaysian SNR before been looking at implementing it as a confluence? Very simple. Very simple. Never heard of that, to be fair. What is the Malaysian SNR? Dollar yen. Let's go take a look as well. But yeah, pound USD did be dirty yesterday. I mean, I would imagine it would have done a lot of people dirty, to be honest, with this move here. Because again, I've been looking to short pound USD for a move back down into these lows here, which is kind of what's happened. But it decided it wants to go and take out a bunch of traders first, include myself, before having a lovely move back down again. And it would be very, very difficult to catch the trade as well, unless you kind of set a limit order somewhere and you got tagged in and price, fell in your direction. In terms of the way I enter the chart, in terms of using candlesticks and looking for a shift in momentum, this here definitely was a massive shift in momentum, but way too big for me to take a trade. Way too big. And there was no entry signal before that. It was just a big wick to the upside. The news came in, and of course, price decided to actually plummet to the downside. So yeah, definitely got done dirty there with pound USD, but hey, things like that do happen in the markets. As long as you use an electronic stop loss of some kind, you will be in situations of getting stopped out early and then price moves in that direction. Most of the time, there's opportunities to get back in the trade. So if you do get stopped out and then price gives you another signal, you can get back in the trade and still profit on the move. But then sometimes, like these situations here, and the way I enter the charts as well, there was no entry really. We had the news come out and price just plummeted to the downside. So before I know it, we're already dropping like 100 pips or something like that to the downside. So no entry there for me. But lower time frames, pound USD short does look interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I think someone said they're looking to short pound USD. Yeah, John says looking to short pound USD, and I can definitely make sense of that on the lower time frames. We're breaking through some confidence structure. Breaking through some confidence structure on the left here, leaving behind some really nice support, which we haven't come back to retest yet. Will be term resistance. Still a lot of bearish momentum in play in the market as well. So I'd imagine corrections and continuations will make a whole lot of sense. And you've got some targets back down there at the lows there. That makes sense there as well. But of course, that'll be up to you. But yeah, pound USD to me looks like a really good short opportunity. Definitely on the lower time frames there. If you can see some type of correction into this area, 1.258, I think that's a nice place to find some shorts on and continue that momentum. But yeah, the way it stands here, liquidated a lot of traders there, using that to the market's advantage, and we could be seeing price going to take out these lows next and maybe those lows there as well. Excuse me. Hope that's not too loud. But yeah, I can see a lot more downside here for pound USD, and as I touched upon with the DXY, everything's still looking bullish for that one. Still seeing higher highs and higher lows. I did touch upon DXY yesterday. I did say it would be nice if price can come back down, retest this area, and then push bullish, kind of helping my position on Euro USD out, move up, or my hypothetical position Euro USD. If we could have moved higher, this would be a nice place to short from and catch the move back down. But we just had a kind of this corrective consolidation, and price decided to plummet. So it's been difficult to catch that move, to be honest, across the board. Not really seeing a lot of pairs give good opportunities to catch that move. It was kind of a lot of sudden, all of a sudden. I mean, dollar CAD maybe could have been in the trade before the news happened, but yeah, it's always tricky trading CPI. Well, as of late, big moves, if you're on the wrong direction, slippage, bad slippage as well. I remember I was slipped maybe a couple CPIs before. So yeah, it's all nice when it goes in your direction, but not so much when it doesn't. Aussie dollar, I will take a look at next. Should mute the mic there for me to cough. Should be doing that a bit more often. Okay, so Andreas, what is up? Welcome to the stream. Thoughts on Euro Pound. We'll take a look, no problemo. As welcome to the stream, please check AUD NZD. We'll take a look as well. CPI, yes, we just had CPI. Do we have more CPI for a different currency? Let me actually go check the old news calendar just to see what we have cooking today. Yes. Ooh. Okay, so we do have some Euro news. Employment change at 10. Oh, that just happened. For the rest of the day, we're quite good actually. There's nothing really. I mean, there's PPI to be fair for dollar. I'm not sure how much movement that will cause, but it's dollar, so I'd always keep an eye on it. But we do have some US news for PPI at 130, so maybe that might cause a bit of movement there. But nonetheless, the rest of the day is pretty fine, apart from some JPY news in the evening, and then some Aussie news the following day. You got some pound news there, but yeah, I wouldn't be too scared today. But of course, I would maybe be cautious with that with that dollar news. But besides from that, pretty smooth sailing. But yeah, I'll take a look at Aussie dollar, dollar yen, euro pound, Aussie New Zealand dollar as well. From a base perspective, they use line chart to mark out support and resistance. Pretty accurate. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've done that. I've looked at that before. I've always resorted back to candlesticks, but I've definitely had my fair share dabbling in the line chart, drawing support and resistance, because of course you just focus on the bodies. Focus on the bodies of the candles, because the line chart always prints the candle closure price rather than showing you wicks and stuff. So it's a bit more more focused, because you don't have to worry about too much stuff. Yeah, I've always come back to candlesticks as well. But yeah, there's no wrong or right way to do anything really. You can use the line chart to draw support resistance. You don't have to use it. You can use it. I think the most important thing is just finding consistency in something you understand well and just get better and better at it. But yeah, I've definitely dabbled in that before. Sculpey was up. FX2 doing 35% discount. Okay, for Valentine's Day, so you can get 10 grand challenge for £50. That is insane prices, really. If you really think about it, 10k account for 50 quid. Insane. I think in with prop firms, we'll look back in like 5 years time. Once kind of regulations are set in place and hopefully bad firms are gone, good firms remain. I think we'll look back in like 5 years time and see like how crazy it was we could get a 10k account for 50 quid. That's kind of what the vibes I'm getting. Like a $500 fee for a 100k account doesn't make sense on paper, but I don't know. Maybe it might stay, maybe it won't. But a lot of firms are pulling out the US at the moment as well. Not looking great for US citizens or US traders, I would say. Of course, I think there will be solutions to that, because US is a pretty big market. So I think someone will crack the code and get something set up for the US traders, whether it's like a futures prop firm, which I've seen a little bit popping up lately as well, or whatever. But the US is a pretty big market. There's a lot of demand there, so I'd imagine someone eventually is gonna sort something out. Maybe it won't be as ideal as prop firms in Europe or Dubai or whatever, but I don't think it's the end of the world for them, or at least hopefully not. Anyway, so let me take a look at Aussie dollar. So yeah, Aussie dollar, nice move to the downside as well for this one, breaking through some lows there too. Nice retest of this area. Again, I said I was looking to short Aussie dollar, pound USD, Euro USD coming into the week. I chose pound USD because it looked to be the best, and I'll still choose it again because I like the price action a lot. Risk reward looked good. There's many positive things about pound USD which I liked, which I took the trade on. Aussie dollar also Gave a nice entry here as well, but I think I would sleep during this time. Not sleep, sorry. This would be 8 p.m, so that's kind of outside of my trading hours, but nonetheless, nice double top coming to that area of confluence and a continuation of the trend. And this one, we didn't see a big fake out before. Maybe in the lower time frames, some of these minor swing highs, yeah, with that move there, but it didn't take out that high there, which would have probably kept me in the trade if I did take it, and caught a nice move down. But of course, coulda, woulda, shoulda. There's always a dangerous word in trading. But yeah, lovely move to the downside. Again, everything is still looking pretty bearish for me with Aussie dollar. We've had a really nice move up, and price has just been breaking structure on the way back down again, and pretty consistent with the lower highs as well. So I am still bearish on the pair. There's a good chance we could come back to the lows here, but just focusing on the structure for now. There's still a lot of momentum in the market as well with that previous bearish move. So my next guess is we're most likely going to come and take these lows out and continue further. As to where you could sell from, this is not a bad place. It would be nice if you could retrace a little bit further though. We got the 50% up there, so maybe price might go and tag that as well before selling off. But yeah, I would imagine the next move for Aussie dollar is likely bearish as well. I'm still expecting more upside with DXY. It would be nice if DXY could have some retracement rather than just be excessively bullish, but I still do expect more upside for DXY as well. We are approaching some areas, however, which we could see a big turnover, a big reversal. But of course, I need to see price start breaking structure before I consider that. At the moment, momentum still up, structure still up, so bullish is the bias. But if you do start taking out structure again, then yeah, we could be looking for a big sell, but that's still yet to be seen. But yeah, in my opinion, Aussie dollar still looks pretty bearish, so downside to the downside would be my bias as well. I'll take a look at dollar Swiss next. We'll go over dollar yen as well. Aussie, New Zealand dollar, euro, pound. Got 30 minutes left of Valentine's Day low. Already been to the beach and watched the sunset. Oh yeah, because you're in New Zealand. Geez, had a full day already. We'll make that 30 minutes count, mate. Make that 30 minutes count. Okay, so I'll go into gold in a bit. Let me go through the requested pairs first. So yeah, dollar Swiss, very bullish here. I've been looking to short dollar Swiss. I'm waiting kind of for some bearish structure to develop before looking to sell. But at the moment, everything is still very bullish. So, and again, dollar is still looking up as well. So looking to short dollar Swiss will always be difficult because you're kind of going against the trend, against the momentum and everything. So shorts are a big no-no for me at the moment. And longs kind of not that good. You know, you want to see a bigger retracement. Right now, the market's kind of just dancing at the highs right now, and I'm not really seeing an area which I would consider longing from. Maybe this area back here, but again, that's very far away. We probably won't get down there, before the end of the week. Maybe we could do, but it's pretty far away, to be honest. So yeah, I'm not really seeing too much with dollar Swiss, to be honest. It's in an area where I can see price starting to stall a little bit and form some lower highs and break structure and come back down again. Big swing there to the downside, breaking structure, lower high and continuation back down. That's kind of what I'm looking for dollar Swiss, but of course I need to see the lower time frame start to develop and agree with that bearish bias first. At the moment, yeah, the buyers are in control. Dollar's strong. There's not a lot of opportunity to sell, and at the same time, not a lot of opportunity to buy. So yeah, a bit of limbo right now with dollar Swiss. So I'd kind of just hold back right now. Momentum is very up. And buys do look good, but you need to see some correction. And as I said, the only place that makes sense for me anyway would be down here at 0.876, and yeah, we're pretty far away from that, so difficult to find a concrete place to buy. I suppose this is not a bad area on the Audi as well. Again, still pretty far away, but maybe we could get there before the end of the week, to be honest. And dollar yen still flying to the upside as well. This one just missed my level yesterday by a few pips before breaking through to the upside. And again, leaving behind a really nice place to catch a retest of. Again, only place that makes sense for me to long would be a retest of this area here, 149.500. It would be very, very nice if dollar yen could pull back, retest that area, and then continue. Will we see that pullback happen? That'll be up to dollar yen if it wants to or not, but that would be a very nice place to buy. And of course, you got the daily high around there as well, 151.500, 151, which we can go and test as well. So as I said, dollar yen still very bullish. Market still give me higher highs and higher lows. Momentum is still very strong. Dollar still very strong. What would be nice would be a correction, a pullback, a lovely level here, which we haven't had the retest of. And that looks like a nice place to catch some longs. So that's kind of where I'm at with dollar yen. That's where I'm at with dollar yen. Confident bullish structure, looking to follow that back to the highs. And then, yeah, we'll see if we get reversal up there. But plan A right now would be waiting for some pullbacks if they're going to happen. Anyway, we'll go through Euro, Pound, Aussie, New Zealand dollar. Might have to leave you in the background. Can't see because of the heart's away. Joe, chart time. Oh, okay. No problem, Matt. I mean, leave me in the background, leave me in the foreground. I won't be upset with you, my man. Okay, so Euro Pound. Yeah, Euro Pound's actually looking pretty bullish, to be fair. We actually are reacting with that level pretty well. Of course, that pound weakness this morning is really helping out with that move there. Really aggressive move up. And again, this kind of looking like a big V-shaped pattern there as well. Impulsive move down, brief consolidation, impulsive move back up. It typically means the market is getting ready to move higher as well. Definitely an aggressive move down, taking out some liquidity underneath this low here. A lot of stop losses would have been here, a lot of them taken out, a lot of them triggered, and now price is now looking very bullish back up again, of course coming from such a big level of support. So I do think Euro Pound does have some room to the upside, maybe before we do come back down again, and that's kind of what I'm looking for at the moment. Still not really a pair that does interest me too much, but I do like the price action, I say. The way that we faked out the lows, coming to a big level of support, reacting very strong off that. If we can see some upside, maybe breaking through some structure, some pullbacks, that could be a nice little buy there on a higher low somewhere. Targets around there, and if you're lucky, we might go a lot further there as well. So Euro Pound not too bad, to be fair. Still not a big fan favorite of the market. It's just a very, very choppy market. So it's not always the best one to trade because we have a lot of sideways movement, a lot of kind of erratic behavior, as you can see over here. So it can sometimes be a bit harder to trade. There are a lot smoother pairs out there and pairs that kind of just push price a lot more cleanly than Euro Pound. Aussie New Zealand dollar is another one of them, which is a bit more choppy, a bit more choppy, chaotic price action. So trading those pairs, not that you can't find good trades, you definitely can. It's just always going to be a little bit more difficult. So, and especially with the conditions as well, I'm not a big fan. So I'm not really eager to trade it, but I do say I do like the price action. I do like the price action there. If you can go and take out some structure as well, next higher low, that could be a nice little buy there. So yeah, not bad from Euro Pound, not bad from Euro Pound. It could be the start of a big move up higher. Of course, Aussie New Zealand dollar I will touch upon as well. CAD JPY, Zohar will take a look as well. Anish joined Darwin X yesterday. Yeah, let's build that track record. Found crazy discount code. Yeah, you said 10 euros or something. That's don't know how that even existed, to be fair. But yeah, I mean, Darwin X is great. Build a track record. Because again, that's the long term. That's the long term picture here with trading. Unless you've got a meaningful personal account already, then of course you're just looking to build that, make money from that, of course. And of course you can leverage other things to increase the size of that personal account. But building a track record, building a record showing you're trading over a long period of time. That's something that no one can really take away from you. That's something that provides confidence in your system, confidence in yourself as a trader. And you never know, someone could look upon that and decide to give you a big heap of money. And if you do well with that, probably give you more money, their friends will give you more money, and so on and so forth. Next thing you know, you've got a multi-billion-dollar hedge fund. I'm joking, but building a track record is never a bad thing. It's never a bad thing, and it can only lead to good things as well. So yeah, I do recommend people definitely checking out Darwin X. And again, you don't actually need to pay for the Darwin X. I forget what's called, zero thing. They do have their own broker which you can put money in and just trade that and build a track record from that account as well. So you could do that too, but I do recommend it. Of course, you don't need to build the track record on Darwin X. You can still open a normal broker like IC Markets and build a track record there as well. So it doesn't have to be with Darwin X. It's just nice with Darwin X because they've got that kind of green link with the investors straight away. So, if your track record's building up some noise, in terms of finding an investor, there is no work your end. They're already looking at your profile, at your stuff as well. Whereas elsewhere, you have to go and find it for yourself. So that's kind of the main positive of Darwin X, really. But yeah, I'll go for Aussie New Zealand dollar, CAD yen. Is it still working, Anus, the discount code? It seems I got banned here. You got banned? What, from Darwin X? Or... Ouch, hit my elbow. You got banned from Darwin X? How come did you get banned? Bit of insider trading or something. I'm taking 1 to 3 trades a week. I think the collaboration phase could take so long, Miko, isn't it? Yeah, collaboration. Calibration. Yeah. Yeah, it does take quite long. It took quite longer for me, actually, because of course I don't trade so often, and it does normally take longer. If the less trades you take, the longer it takes. If you trade quite a lot, you could be done in a couple of weeks, I think. But yeah, for me, it did take quite long. They do say it takes like a month to calibrate and stuff, but for me, I think it took almost 2 months. It took almost 2 months for me to actually get calibrated. I think, yeah, September, October. I think early November was the time I was actually past the calibration phase. So yeah, it does take time. The less trades you take, I was probably averaging maybe 1 or 2 trades a week. So upping up to 3, maybe a little bit quicker. But then again, you don't want to force it just to take a trade just to get the calibration, because basically the calibration thing, it just measures your risk tolerance, and not your risk tolerance, sorry, your risk appetite in the market, how aggressive you are, because it just wants to see how aggressive you are, so it can kind of calibrate you with other traders, because of course some traders are going to be very aggressive in the markets, risking 2% and trading a couple of trades per day, versus someone who's risking 0.5% at 1%, taking an average of a 1 trade per week. Of course, their profile is going to look a lot different to investors, so they're kind of just synchronizing people together. So that's the main purpose of it. So it's not really to do with performance. It's more about the risk side of things. But yeah, the less trade you take, the longer it took, and I think it took about 2 months for me. Anyway, so Aussie New Zealand dollar. So we had a nice retest of that area of confluence yesterday. I wasn't such a big fan of it because I did say it did look kind of V-shapey in terms of we had a big impulse down and a big impulse up. So I wasn't a big fan, and we could be forming a high low to push back up as well. So wasn't a big fan of the retest there. We did see a nice reaction, but are we going to come back and take at the lows there? Potentially. I'm still not so keen on it either. In fact, a nice move would be if we actually can break back above this area, because then this would just be a massive fake out, underneath this kind of long-term trend line, and the retest of this area would probably give a really nice opportunity for some longs. So that would actually be a really nice opportunity, because this move here would have taken out a lot of stops underneath these lows here. Now we can use that liquidity to our advantage and get a bigger move up higher. So breaking retest back above 1.069 would actually be a really nice move. But at the same time, of course, we could just respect the resistance and fall over, which again, I'm still not 100% on, based on the way the market moved. If it was a bit more corrective, then yeah, but it was too aggressive. It looked more like a V shape, which is not something that I would want to short aggressively. So yeah, for Aussie New Zealand dollar, if you do break back above here, really nice trade to the downside. If you do come up and double top it, so the aggressive reaction, that could be a nice sell. Again, worst case scenario, you take a loss, price breaks back above, there'll probably be a nice entry to get back into some longs, make back your loss plus more as well. So don't be afraid from taking a loss just because price might do something else. As long as it fits your plan well and it makes sense and it's a good trade and confluence is on your favor, take your positions. Of course, just manage your risk. Manage your risk. Where was I? Scalping is horrible. Yeah, a lot of people dissing scalping, but Scalpy's trying to hold it down, trying to represent for the scalpers out there. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not the biggest fan of scalping either, but I've got to respect it because, it's a different breed of people out there. After the calibration, you get access to the rating thing. Yeah. After the calibration, you will get access to, it will rate your score, it will rate your performance and stuff. And it'll start building your track record. But your track record does start from the first trade you take. So it's not like after the calibration, then everything starts. Everything starts from the first position you take. And what I found with me, because I was risking 1% per trade with Darnex, and after the calibration phase, I think the drawdown I had at the time was like 4% or 5%, something like that. And based on 1% risk. But then after the calibration phase happened, it kind of increased my risk by 2 almost, because I don't trade that often, and I think just generally people are risking more than me. So it bumped my drawdown 2 times. So it was like 4 or 5%. It was like 9 point something percent at the time. So I ended up reducing my trade size to 0.5% because I was already close to 10% drawdown, even though I was only risking 1% and only lost 4 trades at the time as well. So I did reduce my risk to 0.5%. But of course, the profit I had at the time was like 8%, but it got doubled to 16. So it goes both ways. But yeah, 1% per trade was almost doing 2% really. So I had to reduce it to 0.5%, which is now kind of like 1% per trade. But again, it'll be different for you as well. Maybe you might incur the same thing. What's up, Nos Industry? Welcome to the stream. Timosin, hope I'm saying that correctly. Welcome to the stream. What's your thoughts on gold right now? Yeah, I will take a look at gold. Gold had a pretty big move down. I'll take a look at CAD Yen first, but I will take a look at gold as well. Ross, no, wrote to you here. Just add my TradingView ID for your reference to see my trading idea. Didn't pass the moderator filter. Yeah, People have been trying to do that for a long time. And you used to be able to do it before. People used to be able to send me their links to their charts and stuff, and other links as well. But yeah, maybe a year ago or 2 years ago, YouTube stopped allowing that. The coupon code's still working crazy, yeah. That's an insane discount. It's like what, 85% off, something like that. Anyway, let me go through CAD Yen and gold before I forget. So yeah, CAD Yen's still looking very, very bullish. I said with this one, buys are still the best bet with CAD Yen. We're still seeing higher highs and higher lows. Prices still ripping to the upside, seeing confident bullish moves as such there. So everything is still looking very, very bullish for CAD Yen. However, again, it's not an optimal place for me to long. And I say that because we're coming back into the major daily, weekly swing high over here. So, if this price action over here was just a little bit further down like there, then it'll be a lot better, which is why I do like Euro Yen, because again, we're not right at the high yet. Why I like Dollar Yen as well, we're not right at the high yet. There's still room for us to head higher. Whereas CAD Yen, we're testing the high here. So although we still could go a lot higher as well, 100%. It's just I would prefer if we're a little bit lower down. So I'm not so interested with the position at the moment. Again, it doesn't mean we can't go high. The market creates new highs all the time. It's just I don't want to be the person trying to find that out right the high with a position. So it still looks like a good buy. There's still some weaker lows here which the market could go look to take out. Test this stronger zone back down here. Use that to form the next higher low and push on. That for me still looks like a good opportunity. It's just the only red flag for me is just the location. And again, it doesn't mean the trade will fail or it will suddenly plummet to the downside. It's just a big red flag, which I would want to take the trade in. But in terms of structure, the market's still pushing up higher highs and higher lows. We're quite corrective here, so I'd imagine a pullback would be nice. We haven't come back to retest this area since we broke through pretty impulsively as well. So this still looks like a decent place to catch a reaction. But I do prefer the other yen pairs like Euro Yen and Dollar Yen because still got a bit of room to work with. So that's why I like them. But I'm still quite bullish across the board with the yen pairs. Not seeing any signs of them slowing down just yet. And again, I'm still eager to take some counter trend moves for the yen pairs when they do eventually arise. But all I'm seeing is higher highs, higher lows, bullish momentum. So it's not the best time to short at all. And if I go take a look at gold, gold strong move to the downside. Really, really big move to the downside for gold, taking out these lows here. So yeah, things are looking a lot more interesting now for gold. And I wouldn't say anything is 100% just yet. I'm not quite convinced with shorting gold just yet. It would be nice if gold can take out these lows here. Mainly because we haven't really broken through major structure yet. We're still printing higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Equal high there, but still could be a higher low to push up higher. So if we could break the structure here, that'll tell me that, okay, buys are failing. There's room to the downside. But I do like the momentum of gold, I have to say. I do like the momentum. We really kind of pushed away aggressively. So naturally pullbacks do look good, back to around 2015. We left behind this strong area of broken support where we turn resistance. Not a bad place to find some shorts, really. But yeah, I would like to see this low being taken out as well from a bit more of a swing perspective. But right now, momentum with the bears, dollar still looking strong. Of course, you would want to see some pullbacks sooner or later, and not a bad place to short. 2012, 2016, not a bad place to short from. So that's kind of what my out for gold. Maybe there could be some long to take advantage of, but nothing that makes sense to me. Prices in the middle of nowhere a little bit. I know it's reacting to some areas here, but that's not really something that I look at personally in my trading. So yeah, with gold, I would still be inclined to favor more downside, looking for price to break through some structure. But this would be the place that looks the best to short from. Of course, it's a bit of a distance away. It might take us a couple of days to get there if we're going to get there. But nonetheless, it still looks like a nice area to short. brief support, broke through with great momentum, no retest. Yeah, I do like that area that gold did leave behind as well. So maybe gold's starting to take some shape now, ready to pick a direction. Again, I've been screaming about this level up here on the weekly chart, saying that gold is still rejecting this area, meaning there is still room to the downside, and I don't really want to hold any long-term buy positions into this big old level. And potentially we could see quite a big move down. You see previously, big moves from this area. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see another big move up. Even if gold's later gonna break higher, we might have that retracement first before pushing through. But yeah, for gold, some short to medium term sells do look good. Where was I? How Darwin X work? Do you have many investors, Miko? Is it too personal? No, I don't have any investors yet. I think you need to be trading for at least 6-7 months before you can even think of getting investors, to be fair. But yeah, I haven't got any investors at the moment. I'm still trading, still working my way through, and I think it's 6 to 7 months before you can get an investor. But yeah, no investors yet. But when I do, I will let you guys know, because it would be quite interesting, because I've never had an investor before, and it would be quite weird as well, knowing that there's someone actual money that you're trading. Of course, prop firms is a little bit different. It's kind of like, if you blow the account, you blow the account. No one's really the only person really losing is you, not really the prop firm. At least the modern day prop firms, anyway. Maybe not the traditional ones, but yeah, with investor capital, be kind of a weird feeling, I would say. But yeah, I haven't had any investor capital yet. But yeah, at the moment, not seeing too much opportunities, to be honest with you guys. I do like the dollar pairs. I'm still pretty bullish on dollar. Not really showing. Ooh, what is that? Oh, Ethereum. I accidentally just clicked on Ethereum there. Yeah, Ethereum's starting to have a bit of a party now, isn't it? Following Bitcoin. Of course, Bitcoin's still very bullish as well today as well. Big move up for Bitcoin, hitting 51k. So yeah, it looks like people holding any Bitcoin are laughing right now. Laughing very, very hard right now, all the way to the bank, because Bitcoin is looking exceptional, I must say. It's not so much where price is trading, it's the fact of how price is trading, how we got there, the momentum and the velocity and the aggressiveness of Bitcoin. It really does look like another bull run is in full flow. So I wouldn't be too surprised us heading back to this area now that we're snapping through this high here. I'll probably wait to that weekly candle does close. Still got 4 days left before it does, but if we can close similar to how we're looking there on Bitcoin, yeah, I think it's from a technical point of view, it's a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before we do come back to the highs and probably see some higher highs as well. So yeah, impressive stuff in Bitcoin as well. Ethereum looks like it's falling closely behind too. Pound NZE, okay, I'll take a look. See Raheel. Me too, looking to sell GU. Yeah, Pound USD does look good. Sculpey looking to sell Pound USD as well. What are you doing trading Pound USD, mate? But yeah, Pound USD does look good. Yeah, on the low time frames, yeah, a pullback of some kind and continuations back to the low there make a lot of sense to me. Yeah, pullbacks do look very, very good here. I think it's probably the most appealing dollar pair, I must say. Euro USD, not so much. We've just taken out a big low here. Not so keen to jump into any sells at those prices. And the USD, this one's kind of still ranging for me, so I'm not so keen jumping to sells. Aussie dollar looks okay. Dollar Swiss, that was just a little bit too far gone for me. Gold, shorts do look okay there, but again, I prefer pound, silver, still major support. Dollar CAD, nice move up, but conditions are just poor for dollar CAD. We're in the middle of a range here. It's kind of 50-50 what price does next. Do we continue bullish back to the highs? Do we form a lower high, come back down? You know, it makes sense for the price to do both of those things. So it's not really quite clear. Whereas pound USD, we've had a strong break of the consolidation. You know, it's pretty likely we're going to see some downside from here. So I can make a lot more sense for this one. And in dollar yen, I forgot about dollar yen. Dollar yen, that does look good for some pullbacks, but we've got a long way to go before we get a decent pullback. Ether, someone said Forex is the elder brother to sporty bet. What do you think? Do you mean sport betting? I mean, there is, of course, a link there. You're betting on something and profiting when you win and losing money when you lose or when you're incorrect. So yeah, there is definitely some comparisons there, but I mean, yeah, it is, to be fair. If you look at Forex, Forex is a market which shows you price moves up and down, you're betting price doing this or doing that. So yeah, it's intrinsically the same thing. However, the approach of a trader, you know, by trade is a lot different from an average person betting on a football team to win. You know, they do it on a whim, or maybe there is some research involved, but to an extent of them finding a profitable edge in betting, there definitely is profitable edges in betting 100%. But the average person is just doing it for, you know, for the fun of it, really. Whereas a trader, you know, we're not really here for the fun of trading. I don't, you know, I'm not so passionate about the price of Aussie compared to the US dollar. You know, I'm here to make a profit. I'm here to make money. So as a trader trading Forex, you know, I'm here for, you know, business purposes to make money. You know, taking a bet on a sport team, you know, you probably won't do near as much amount of research and preparation as a trader would, researching the strategy, researching into historical data, making sure your psychological your flaws are at bay. You know, there's so much into a trader which just an average bettor won't do. So of course, it's the same thing. You're betting on a market, but the trade and the bettor of the sports teams, you know, there's a lot of difference between the two. But of course, you know, you can just be an average trader as well, and just kind of fluff your lines, you know, buy whatever, sell whatever, and you just be an average sport bettor as well. But yeah, no, I understand the comparison, but again, I do know people who make money from betting as well, and you know, the person I know has been making money betting for years actually. So there is definitely profitability in betting if you find a system that works and you put effort into it, and the person I know does put a lot of effort into it and researches quite a lot as well. So there's money to be made on betting too, but it's difficult because if you're making too much money, they can shut your profile down, your account down, based on whatever reason. Whereas, you know, if you're very profitable trading, you know, the broker's not going to shut you down. The broker's actually going to copy your trades, actually. A-book you, copy your trades and make money with you. The betting company won't do that. Ooh, Sculpey owns some BTCs. Payday for you then. Or could be a pay year for you if Bitcoin does hit those highs. I'm watching US 30 today. Okay. What are you looking to do for US 30, Sculpey? You looking to sell, buy? Let us know. Sohail? I'm definitely saying your name wrong, but what is up? Gold looks good to buy. Maybe for you, but for me, I mean, it's not a bad area to buy. It's not a bad area to buy, but again, doesn't really kind of fit the confidences that I'm looking for. But yeah, I can definitely see some logic there of gold longs, I must say, coming back into this kind of area of demand where we did see a lot of momentum. Prices now kind of jump back into that same area, so there's a good chance we could react with that and see some upside. We're seeing the market, throw some wicks down the 4H. We're starting to stall a little bit. Price does look like we're potentially turning, so I can make sense of gold longs. It's just not really what I'm looking at, but yeah, I can definitely make some sense with gold moving up. In fact, it would be nice if you could do that, because pullbacks to head lower. Anus got stopped out on Aussie CAD yesterday. Was it the news that that stopped you out, or were you out before the news? But yeah, Aussie CAD did make a move down, I'm pretty sure, or did it not? A little bit. It did move down, not quite to the lows there, but we did see some downside. And again, you're following the trend, you're in the direction of the market, so shorting in these conditions is never really a bad idea. But yeah, sometimes the market won't play ball. Sometimes the market won't play ball. We had a big wick there. That was CPI. Not too sure if that's what stopped you out. I was stopped out just before CPI, but the position there made 100% sense as well. And again, as long as you're fitting your plan, you're taking the right trades, and you're reviewing your trades as well, because sometimes in the moment of taking a trade, you think you're doing the right thing as well, which could be a very, very difficult place to be in. But sometimes when you're taking trades, you think you're doing the right thing, but then you look back on the weekend or the following week or whenever it is, and you're kind of thinking, why did I take that position? Why did I take that position? Of course, you have to be careful with that as well, because sometimes hindsight can kind of skew everything. You take a loss and then you look back at the trade, and just because it's a losing trade, you look back and go, why did I take that position? I should have done that, should have done this, just because it was a loss. But if it was a win, you'd be patting yourself on the back. So you have to make sure you're looking back in your trades for the right reasons, and criticizing the right things with your trade. And sometimes looking back, you will see things that you didn't see, or you kind of ignored a little bit at the time. So looking back over your trades, and again, not the same day either, because the same day you still be emotional. That's why I don't really like reviewing my trading day on the same day. I want to review it on the weekend, or even potentially the end of the month as well. At the end of the month, I can look back at my trades, look back at the price action, really assess what I did in a very kind of clear-headed manner, rather than at the end of the day. Because if you took a loss that day or a win, you kind of high in the win or you're down in the loss, and you kind of neglect things a little bit. Whereas if you wait for the weekend, you look back on the trading days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you can probably look back for a lot clearer head. Markets aren't open, your price is not moving, you're not excited, you're not jumping up and down off your seat. You're kind of just a bit more composed. But yeah, always make sure you do review your trades, because that's where the answers lie. But let me go through pound NZD, because that was requested. So yeah, pound NZD, this one's still being a little bit kind of hit and miss. We still haven't broken structure yet, which is this high here. So I'm still looking for a big move to the downside, back to the lows. That's still the main idea for pound NZD, which I've had since the start of the year. But again, we are taking our time, and we're just quite corrective as well. The way we're moving down, yes, we do have some bearish structure, but I must say it's nothing that I'm too excited about. It's quite corrective, and at the time, a couple of weeks ago, it looked like we could be forming a big bull flag to continue higher. That didn't happen. We got a strong break of the low, then price broke back above pretty strongly, come back down pretty strongly as well. So conditions aren't really great here with pound NZD. Yes, I'm bearish. Yes, I'm looking for a longer term swing back to the lows here. But I must say, I want a bit more from pound NZD. If we come back down and break through the low again, that could be a really strong sign that the market is going to continue bearish here. Because I'm not liking the fact that we've had this big impulse up. Yes, we've had an impulse back down again, which could lead to something like this. But again, I'm not quite convinced. I want to see a bit more from pound NZD before I do look to sell. But my overall goal for pound NZD is a move back down to the lows here at 2.00643. So that's kind of where I'm looking to trade towards. Now I'm just waiting for a good opportunity to actually short it and partake in the move. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the price action here. I do like this big move up, big move down. It's kind of like a big kind of fake move. But the real thing I want to see is structure breaking. That tells me, okay, buyers are failing to hold this point. Sellers are breaking through. You know, you're going to expect the price to continue low after that. So yeah, I want a bit more from pound NZD, a bit more development on the 4H side of things, and then maybe some shorts later on. But I must say, you know, this is still giving me bull flag vibes. You know, I wouldn't be too shocked if we do see a move like that, which I'm not really interested in. So that's kind of where I'm at with pound NZD. SE70 capital R7, are you saying like the stream? If you are, I really do appreciate that. And yeah, guys, if you are enjoying the stream, please be sure to like. It does really help out the stream. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, if you find the content valuable, useful, educational, all the things in between. You know, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel, and I do really appreciate it. Scalpy, I'll be holding till it becomes mainstream news, then I'll sell it. I sell it all and bank the profits. Usually when it starts hitting the main news, streams and social, that's when it's time to sell. Yes, I do agree with that. Actually, I was on a stream with Trader Nick and Marco Trading last week, and Marco made a clever comment, which is similar to what you just said there. He said he'll look to buy Bitcoin, and then when his grandma tells him to buy Bitcoin, or she starts talking about Bitcoin, that's the time you want to sell. Because, you know, if your grandma's talking about Bitcoin, then yeah, everyone's talking about Bitcoin. So that's kind of your signal that says, okay, time to take my profit now. But yeah, I mean, I completely agree, because Bitcoin's its own market, but at the same time, you know, psychology impacts Bitcoin's pricing a lot. You know, a lot of people are panic buying, panic selling, because remember, you know, Bitcoin is something that has a lot of hype around Bitcoin. Therefore, you can get the average kind of human being partaking in buying and selling Bitcoin, and the average human being which doesn't have a lot of trading or investing exposure or experience is going to be just very, very emotional with their trading, with their investing. There's, you know, some people are going to be you're just going to buy Bitcoin and just not look at Bitcoin till like 5 years time. You know, those people will probably ride it out. But the average person, when things are going up, yeah, things are good, let me hold. When things are going bad, panic sell. That's going to be the average trader there as well. So when it's in mainstream media, a lot of people are talking about it, you're going to get the average human being, average trader, investor is going to partake, and you know, psychology is going to be what their strategy is as well. So you can kind of use that to your advantage. Okay, I'll be for the news push price high. I suppose that's good as well, because you know, news could have slipped big time, especially with CPI. And possible, to be honest, I have no bias at the moment. US30, I just trade what I see. I find trying to find a solid bias when scalping on lower time frames. Actually, fuck yourself. Yeah, I can imagine so, to be honest. You know, because lower time frames, things are quite quick. Price moves in different directions very quickly, and trying to force things is not always the best thing to do. And same thing with the higher time frames as well. Yes, you do want to have a bias of which way you want to trade, but be able to be flexible and change that bias as well, you know, when it's due time as well. But yeah, I do respect that. I mean, you're the scalper here, Scalpy. You're the scalper here, so yeah, I don't knock you. Matt, I love betting on UFC, low risk, but the house got your footballs unless you spend years learning their ways. Still, the UFC knowledge give me an edge to make a little bit have fun. Yeah, I mean, again, that's what the average person does. With sport betting, UFC, football, whatever. But I do have a friend who he's got like spreadsheets mapped out. He looks at probabilities, looked at historic, events and historic results and stuff like that, and he kind of weighs everything up and then he makes bets. So it's kind of like a source of income from it a little bit. He still does have his main job, but he's quite passionate. I don't know if passionate is the right word, but he's quite he gets quite excited about betting on sports. He focuses purely on football, but and again, of course, the average person will just place a bet here and there and just do it for fun. If they lose a bit of money, which they probably will be losing a bit of money, but they're not really too concerned. Some people will be making a little bit of money there, and then you've got the people who actually properly research and take it seriously. But again, sometimes I do place a bet here and there, but I haven't placed a bet in probably a couple of years now, to be honest. So at what point you would consider yourself rich, Miko? Good question. At what point would I consider myself rich? I'll probably consider myself rich if I've got 10 years worth of expenses, of my personal and family expenses in my bank, I would say. If I don't have to make a single penny for the next 10 years and, everything will be paid for, travel, food, family members, whatever. Of course, not necessarily, flashy lifestyle. I don't have to buy a Ferrari for everyone, but making sure everyone's okay for the next 10 years and I have to make a single penny, I would say would be rich. Because, you're just covered, basically. But interesting question. I haven't really thought about that, to be fair. At what point would I consider myself rich? Getting quite philosophical. I like it. The loyalty family, what is up? How's your progress with the 100k account? Yeah, it's been a tough start to the year. I think it's 97 something. I haven't actually checked the balance, to be fair. Actually, I can just do that now. I think it's 97 something. So probably down maybe 3% or 2 point something percent. Yeah, I'm down 2.38%. The balance is $97,619. So in a bit of drawdown at the moment. Again, it's not panic stations. Panic stations with the current balance. 97,000 still got. Where's the mental maths here? 7.6 something percent left. So still there's a lot of room. I'm still risking $500 per trade. So I've still got another 13 or something trades in a row to lose before I do blow the challenge account. But yeah, it's been a tough start. To be honest, in the middle of a losing streak. So though it's not ideal, but at the end of the day, I'm very confident I still will pass. I know my edge will eventually take its course. So I think it will make up for a great content on YouTube. To be fair, I'll definitely be referring to this quite a lot. But yeah, being a tough start, but I'm glad I'm documenting it, to be fair, because it's the first kind of challenge. Of course, I'm doing FTMO on the side as well, but I started that a couple of months after the funding pips. But it's the first challenge I'm doing, and doing it on YouTube, doing it on social media. Again, some people would be a bit panic stations with it. I'm not really so concerned, to be honest, even though it's been a tough start. I'm not really so concerned because I'm very confident in my edge. Although, yes, not great to go through the losing streak, but I'm still very confident my edge will will bring me back out of the hole and back into profit. Yes, it's probably going to take a while because I'm still risking $500, so I'm going to have to make, what, 5R just to bring it back to break even. Now I have to make extra 4R to bring it to the 2% before I can increase to 1%. So it's going to take me a lot longer than I originally expected, but I'm happy to go through it as long as Fund Pips doesn't shut down or something. That would be my worst nightmare, I'm not gonna lie. Because I've gone through all of that just for Fund Pips to shut down. That would be horrendous. With my Forex funds, I think I was only a month and a half in, maybe 2 months in with my Forex funds before that shut down, which, yeah, definitely was annoying, especially because it would just ruin the series on YouTube as well. So as long as Fund Pips doesn't shut down anytime soon, I'll be a happy guy. Respect bro, to explain what I mean is I trade breakouts and trail stop loss aggressively, but it fakes out, I'll then flip buys. Okay, fair enough. So you're looking just to trade that momentum when price breaks a move, and depending on which way it moves, if it breaks to the upside, breaks to the downside, you look to take advantage of that momentum up or down. I mean, that's similar to what I trade as well. I'm looking to take advantage of market structure, swing highs, swing lows, and ride that momentum. And if the market continues structure, that's the direction I'm trading in. If it breaks structure and reverses, then of course I'm looking to change my bias as well. But yeah, I hear you there. I hear you. The loyalty family, would you consider selling euro pound on current 1H price action? No, I'm not a big fan of euro pound at all. But I will touch upon that in a bit more detail. Have you seen what FX? Yeah, I did see that, to be honest. Some people are willing to sell their ass for the buzz. Yeah, very, very true. Very, very true. I was kind of thrown back a bit because I did a double take. I saw the photo and then I was like, wait, I know that person. And then I saw the FX LHG on his chest. I was like, you absolute melt. Why would you have done that? Of course, a lot of publicity, because I think someone else did that in the World Cup. I think it was the World Cup final maybe, or a World Cup match, I can't remember, but there was a girl who did it. And I think she got a lot of followers on Instagram and she made a lot of sales out of it as well. So, it was actually a big W for her, even though I think she got arrested and whatever. Don't know what happened, but it turns out it was a great publicity stunt from a money perspective, and I think she made a lot of money from it. So I think FX LHG is trying to take a leaf out of her book and do the same thing as well. And I wonder, I think it might actually work. A lot of people are just very gullible and just following the buzz, really, because why would you want to learn from a person who's doing that? I mean, that's my take on it. I mean, he can do his thing. No disrespect towards him, but if I'm trying to take something seriously, trading seriously, and I'm learning from a guy who's streaking during the middle of a Super Bowl game, it doesn't make sense really. But each their own. But yeah, the trading social media part of things is going crazy. You were not seeing this 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Social media influencers or traders streaking the Super Bowl. Yeah, it's a crazy time. Anywho, you asked me if I would sell euro pound, and no, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't at all. We've had a really aggressive move down, followed by a really aggressive move back up again, and these patterns normally resemble reversals. We're having strong impulse move down, strong impulse move up. This is normally price getting ready to continue higher. Of course, nothing's 100%, but in terms of probability, we normally do push higher after these type of patterns, V-shaped patterns. So that's a big red flag for me, and the biggest red flag really is where we are right now. We are trading at a massive level of support, a lot of rejection here previously, and there's a good chance we could even see some more upside from here as well. So there is no trend I'm really taking advantage of here with euro pound. we're coming into a big level of support, and the way the market's retracing, the way the market's pulling back is not really a good thing as well. So there's a lot of red flags here for me looking to sell euro pound. A lot of red flags, which doesn't make too much sense to me. Not that we can't go down 100%. I don't know the future of the market. I don't have a crystal ball, but lining up the things, lining up the pros and cons for taking the trade. In my opinion, the cons outweigh the pros a lot. So I wouldn't want to sell it myself. So yeah, for those reasons, I'll skip that opportunity. I'm not really focused on euro pound anyway, but yeah, it's not really a good sell. If anything, if you do see the market starting to break structure, it could actually be a decent buy on a higher low somewhere. But we've got work to do before that does happen. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with euro pound. I do that on UFC. I mean, I don't really watch UFC, but I do sometimes watch the highlights. Matt, damn, can't believe I missed the ETH long to focus on BTC. Breaker structure was waiting to short. Might lose my mind trading overthinking. Yeah, overthinking is a difficult place. Hesitation, it's normally the product of that. But yeah, I mean, again, it's always the coulda, woulda, shoulda situation, which is very, very ugly in trading. I could have shorted that, could have longed that, could have broke this. There's so many times where I hear people say, I made 2% this month, but I could have made 5% if I did this. Yeah, it doesn't matter though. You made 2%. Again, 2% is still good, and I'm not knocking the 2%. It could be 2%, could be 5%, could be 10%. The percentage they made is irrelevant. It's just the fact that they go, okay, I made X percentage, but I could have made Y percentage if I did this. It doesn't matter, because for every trader out there, if they did something slightly differently, they could have made extra 3, 4, 5% on their returns on the month or the year, whatever. Every trader out there to some degree could have done something slightly different, maybe not trail stop loss so aggressively, or go break even slightly later, and you would have caught a nice 1 to 5 here, which put another 5% on the month. There's always so much hypothetical things in trading, and the only thing that's important is what you actually do, really. Of course, it's difficult to get around that, and of course, I experience that all the time as well. But just focus on what you actually do, because that's where the room for improvement lies. That's why a lot of people think that trading is a scam. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that doesn't necessarily put trading in a good space there, I must say. Yeah, 100%. Shirtless, streaking in the middle of a huge event, trying to sell your course, basically. It just puts trading as a big marketing scam. So yeah, I fully agree with that. Does not help the image of the industry at all. But I'm sure his pockets will be helped quite nicely. Jan, welcome to the stream. Is it Jan or Jan? I think it's Jan. How are you, brother? I'm doing good. How are you? What time frame is best for gold and GBP for safe breakouts or breakdowns? Thank you. Again, there's no kind of right answer to that. Any time frame is a good time frame, really. It kind of just matters on the setup, really. It matters on the setup. But I always prefer the higher time frames, a little bit slower, a little bit more trustworthy. But again, there's money to be made in the lower time frames as well. Scalpy is a representative of that. But yeah, I wouldn't say there is a perfect time frame. I do get that question quite a lot, not as much anymore, but maybe like a year ago, a lot of people kept asking me what's the best time frame to trade in. But there's no best time frame for anything, pound, gold, whatever. There's traders making money in all different time frames, monthly all the way down to the minute time frame. So The real thing is just the opportunities you're taking, the trades you're taking, and you yourself as a trader. Are you prepared to take trades in the 1 minute or 5 minute time frame, and all the baggage all the baggage you'll carry with that. And the same thing with the baggage of the higher time frames. Less opportunities. Sometimes you miss the retracements. You have to wait a long time for something to happen. Sometimes it doesn't even happen. Doesn't even get the retracement. So there's pros and cons with doing trading on the higher time frames and the lower time frames. It comes down to you yourself, what you prefer. But I have to say, the biggest advice I can give you is not really the time frame that matters. It's the opportunity. Is the opportunity good? Because there's very good opportunities in the higher time frames. There's very good opportunities in the lower time frames. And if you're just taking any kind of breakout, any kind of whatever, without kind of much thought, then it doesn't really matter if you're in the higher time frames or the lower time frames. Then the results won't be what you want. But if you're waiting for good opportunities in the lower time frames, you're waiting for good opportunities in the higher time frames, you'd be rewarded for that. But of course, it's kind of preference. That's the biggest advice I can give you. There's no one best time frame. I stick to the 4H hourly. Those are kind of my best time frames. I do use the higher time frames, but they're more for direction and confluence. But in terms of looking for opportunities, the 4H hourly for me. Other people go a lot lower. Other people go a lot higher. But yeah, there is no definitive answer there. FX Wolf, what do you think on CAD Yen if we break below 169, 200? Okay, I touch upon that. Was there another pair I look at? I'm not too sure. If I have missed out a pair, let me know, but I will take a look at CAD Yen. Nos Industry, I heard only 50% of traders pass the challenge, so it's not easy. Yeah, 100%. I think it's probably lower than that. Nos Industry, I think it's probably about, I think my Forex funds, before they got shut down, I don't know what the numbers are now, but before they shut down, I think it was, can't even remember, but it was insanely low. In terms of people who got payouts, it was like 0 point something percent, I'm pretty sure. No higher than 3%. I can't remember the exact numbers, but it was very, very low, lower than 15%. And I think the average person, paying for challenges and doing challenges is kind of just being very lackluster with it, very complacent. The competition, because of course, if you look at it from a return on investment point of view, so if I buy 5 challenges, pass one of them, do well in the one I pass, I make the loss on the other 4 challenges I failed, plus more, and then overall it's positive for me. So I think a lot of people kind of having that approach to it, because a lot of people kind of having that approach. So the numbers of people passing challenges is just going to be a very, very low number, because people just aren't really putting a lot of effort into it. I think if you look at people who are profitable on brokers, that number is probably closer to 15%. I think it's around 15 to 20% of people trading on brokers are profitable, and the other 85% people are losing money. So the 15% number there is closer to what people are doing on brokers. Again, with your brokerage accounts, your personal money you're putting into that, you can have a bit more care with it. You're not just going to fling it because you're not going to buy another challenge. Or yes, you could of course refund the account, but it's there's a bit more meaning there, especially if you're going to put a decent size of money there into your personal account. So on the broker side of things, it probably is 15-20%, but in terms of actual challenges, it's probably closer to like 3-2%. So the numbers are insanely low, but I think it's just because people are very careless with it. I don't think I think if people were just being a little bit more attentive, it would probably be close to the broker numbers. But yeah, people are just very careless with it, and they kind of understand the game. It's you're trying to make money here, so I can understand people paying for 10 challenges, passing one, making back the other 9. other 9 challenge fees by doing well in the one. So I can understand that. It's just gambling the way I look at it, to be fair. So, but I understand it. John, guys, Alpha Capital is doing 30% discount, which ends tonight. Code is love30. John's putting us on there. Yeah, I've heard good things about Alpha Capital funding group, whatever their name is. I've heard good things about them too. I think they're based in the UK as well, which would be nice if they're based in Dubai, but UK is not too bad, I would assume. Mystery Door Studio, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Any thoughts on Euro Pound? Yeah, I'll go take a look at CAD Yen first and take a look at Euro Pound. If I remember, MFF 3% were passing and 50% from those pass get payout. It's like 0.0 something of people getting payouts. Yeah, very, very small number. Yeah, 50%. That probably sounds about right. 50% of people passing. Yeah, it's an insane number. So the business model is very, very profitable. Maybe not sustainable because if a ton of people can be profitable at the same time, then you don't have any money to pay out the people who are profitable. So there's always that kind of issue. But of course, if that issue happening is quite slim, which is why the business is booming, because with people's mentality coming to the challenges, people being very careless, it's the chance of everyone coming in just being very profitable is just very, very, very slim. So it means that their business model is just very profitable. So yeah, but the number is very, very small. And again, I don't think it's just because trading is so difficult. It is difficult, yes, but I think the numbers are just kind of a lot worse because of everyone's approach to funding challenges. And again, as a person who owns a funding company, you be loving that, really. That's ka-ching for you. Okay, so CAD Yen, and I'll take a look at a lot of people talk about Euro Pound. Interesting. So yeah, as I stated with CAD Yen, I'm looking for more upside of this one. Everything is still pretty bullish, still seeing higher highs and high lows. This to me still looks like a nice place to catch along from 110-400. We do have some weaker higher lows here, which the market could go look to take, retest some structure here, and then be on its way. But yeah, CAD Yen, daily, weekly, monthly, all still very bullish. The only red flag here with CAD Yen is the fact that we're trading into that swing high there. That for me is just a big red flag because it's a major swing high. I wouldn't be surprised if we, yes, create some new highs, but soon come we do take a bigger dive to the downside. So from a swing perspective, might not be the best place to catch along, but intra-week day trading, might find a nice buy to hold for a day or 2 days or 3 days, but you do want to be a little bit more aggressive if you take profit or show your stop loss, because there's nothing really much to aim for above here unless you go all the way back to 2007, which we haven't been back for a very, very long time. But yeah, CAD Yen's still bullish, still fighting high, still printing higher highs and higher lows. So yeah, still bullish on CAD Yen. Low numbers, money machines. Yeah, 100% money machines. It's a very, very profitable business. I forget what the numbers my Forex funds were doing, but it was something in the 100 millions, 300 million, something like that in profit. So it's not a small business by any stretch. A business making hundreds of millions of dollars is a business doing very, very well. And again, that's just my Forex funds. Other companies will be doing, I'm pretty sure FTMO or maybe the funded trader might be doing even bigger than my Forex funds. But yeah, there's a lot of money to be made. And of course, if you look at it as well, like back when I was starting trading, of course, the funding companies, well, technically they were there. FTMO did start in 2014. I didn't start trading till like 2016, 2017. So they were technically there. I didn't know about them at the time though. But when I started, the only way to kind of really scale is scaling your personal account or looking for investor capital. That's kind of the only two ways really of doing anything with trading, or unless you're going to get a job in a bank somewhere, whatever, or a hedge fund. So those are kind of the only two ways of doing anything really. But in this day and age, imagine someone who's just coming to trading this month. They probably already know about prop firms already. 10, 20 days, 30 days into their trading, they probably already know about prop firms. And I'm thinking, if I've got a bit of money left over, why not just a little £50, $50 here, $100 here, get yourself, 10K account. And maybe if you're lucky, you pass the challenge, you've got 10K to trade with, make 10%, you just make $1,000 there. It's just so tempting to buy a challenge and do a challenge, even though in your first kind of month or so, you barely know what trading is. But a lot of those people, I feel like, will be providing a lot of revenue to the funding companies and traders in general, but especially in this day and age where it's just so accessible, the capital, and just pay a little fee here and you're a few clicks away of getting large capital. You can get a lot of gullible people, a lot of misinformed people, a lot of people who are just not ready yet to be taking challenges, just giving away money for free, really. So it's, and again, I didn't take my first challenge until I was 6.5 years into my trading. So it's a big difference. A month in, 6.5 years, a lot of knowledge will be gained in 6.5 years versus the month. CHF as well, still going up or down. Let me touch on Euro Pound and then we'll go into Swiss Yen. Swiss Yen, Euro Pound, sorry. Euro Pound, as I said, coming back into a big level. There is possibility for more upside here. I do like the impulsive move back up, really strong 4H candle closure. I did say if Euro Pound can push up, break some structure, pullbacks, that could make sense to catch the next high low and some buys to the upside. It does look like this bearish trend is kind of running out momentum. It's run its course and we could be looking to kind of push higher now. So that's kind of what I'm looking for Euro Pound, really. Not really on my watch list, to be honest, but I can make sense of that move. Taking a look at Swiss Yen. So I feel like Swiss is still very weak. Probably the weakest currency out there. And we're trying to break lower, but of course price is finding it very hard to do so. I do like the shorts for Swiss Yen. It's another market which is kind of running out of steam as well. You can see how frequent the pullbacks are here on the daily chart and how aggressive they are as well. So it's definitely a sign that the market is starting to run out of steam, run out of momentum, and could be looking to give us some counter trend opportunities, especially after taking the prior all-time high. So there's a lot of reason for us to expect retracement. However, you don't want to jump the gun before it's too early, because again, we still could jump another 100, 200 pips to the upside if price wants to before you retrace. There's no kind of rule that we have to see some downside now. So we have to always respect the market from that point of view. But if we can start breaking down, really break away from the consolidation, take out some of these lows here, maybe even this low as well, that would be very nice. And then, find some pullbacks, and then some shorts will look a lot more probable, have a lot more quality about it. But anything in here is kind of 50-50. We have strong resistance above us, strong support below us. The market right now is kind of just about hanging on to the support level. It's not really, I would say, broken through. It's kind of 50-50. So, and the fact that we're firing a lot of wicks to the downside, again, is not a great sign for the sellers at the moment. So I want to see some real strong momentum breaking down like we had at the end of the year here. Really strong momentum breaking down, and the pullbacks will have to make a lot more sense. If we can get some similar momentum, doesn't have to be that aggressive, of course, but if we can get some similar momentum breaking down, similar to what we had here, coming down, then pullbacks after that would make a bit more sense there. But at the moment, I would say we're still holding them to support, and we could do something like this and just continue to trade within the range, and then that's just a waste of time for everyone. No one likes it in the range. I mean, there's probably some people out there who do like trading ranging markets, but I'm definitely not one of them. So I do want it to start breaking down. But yeah, I wouldn't say we're there yet. True, sometimes people hear about the before good risk management, that before risk management for me is crazy. Yeah, I mean, again, a lot of people are using risk management coming into the prop firms either, and again, there's a lot of people who just focus on the kind of the return on investment really. So their kind of method to approaching challenges is paying for 3, passing 1, and making the 1 pass count and making back their losses on the previous 2 they lost, and that's just kind of the way they tackle it. Fair enough. Other people a bit more conservative like myself, I just want to pass them all really and attain as much capital as possible. Don't really want to be just throwing money away, but of course it can be a bit more slow, a bit more conservative. You want to make sure you pass, so you're not as you're not taking as much risk, but of course you're much more guaranteed to pass and just accumulate the capital that way. So it's each to their own, but again, of course, in terms of the newbie side of things, those people kind of just doing it just to do it really, because if I pass, I get big capital. So they're kind of just doing it without kind of any sense to it. So risk management, I've definitely kind of come to learn over the years, is risk is definitely tailored to the person, because at the same time you got people with 10k accounts and turning that into 50k, and they do that fairly regularly, not every month, but maybe over the year or whatever. They do that, and they're pretty aggressive. Of course, they can have bigger drawdown, but everything is in comparison to the risk. So if you're going to make 200% on your account, you're likely going to incur maybe 30, 40, 50% drawdown at some stage when you do that. And that's just something that you have to be okay with. If you're going to look for the big returns, you have to look for the bigger drawdown. If your drawdown is only going to be max 10%, you're going to be looking to make 20, 30, 40%, maybe 50% on the year. Of course, in comparison to the drawdown and the ratio between them, it's the same. If you're going to look 200% return, 50% drawdown, 1 to 4, 10% drawdown, 40% return, 1 to 4. So it's all about risk appetite, because at the same time, yes, it makes sense in terms of the ratio, but of course the trader who's only going through 10% drawdown to make the 40%, their kind of psychology or the stress levels is just far, far lower than the person who's going for 50% drawdown for the 200% profit. So you have to make sure that, okay, if you're going to go for the bit more aggressive route, you have to make sure that you can stomach the drawdown and it's not going to affect you, because if it does affect you, then there's not too much point of you doing it, because you're not going to be trading well. Might stick with lower risk, and that's kind of the person I am as well. I'm not really risk adverse. Thank you so much for subscribing, appreciate it. I'm not really risk adverse. I like risking small. I don't want to be in a lot of drawdown. I like keeping my risk small, and it helps me make sure that I'm staying sane, and I'm not becoming emotional. If I'm taking small losses, I can still focus on my edge. If I'm taking bigger losses, then I've got to worry about my account balance and my edge at the same time. So it's a bit difficult. But of course, it's for different people. Other people, they don't sweat at all. Dope, what is up? What about dollar Swiss? Okay, we'll touch upon that. Mohammed, what lot sizes would you recommend for 5k prop firm account? Personally, I wouldn't know, to be fair. But again, with lot size, it always depends on your stop loss, depends on what pair you're trading. If you want to be fairly accurate with your lot sizes, I would say go over to a lot size calculator. Baby Pips have got a good one. There's other things you can install into your MT4 as well. So There are definitely many lot size calculators out there, but Baby Pips has a good one. Just Google it, Baby Pips lot size calculator, and then you can just type your account balance, the pair you're trading, the lot, your stop loss size, and it'll calculate your lot size for you. Thank you so much, Aaron, for subscribing. So yeah, that's the way I go about it. Yeah, you wanna make sure you're using the right lot size. Thank you so much, Mohammed, for subscribing. Appreciate it. If you guys are enjoying the content, please be sure to like and subscribe. It really does help out. But yeah, I'll just go use a lot size calculator. It's a little bit easier that way. Of course, maybe a little bit of pain in the backside because you have to calculate your lot size for every trade you take, but at least you know you're fairly accurate with it. So yeah, dollar Swiss at an interesting area. I am looking for a possible lower high forming at this area here and a move back down. At the moment, everything's just very, very bullish here for dollar Swiss. So me looking to sell is just very, very, very aggressive. So I need to wait for price to start shifting in momentum, give me some low lows and low highs, and break some structure, and then I can take some shorts. But at the moment, we're not seeing anything of that sort. If anything, you can still push another 100 pips higher as well. So yeah, dollar Swiss is at a nice area for me to start looking for some sells. There's still a lot of bullish momentum present, so buyers are very much in control. DXY, as we touched upon, still looks bullish. So if DXY is still going to push up, and that probably will drag dollar with it as well. So it still does look pretty bullish for dollar Swiss, but I'm kind of waiting to be a bear, especially at these prices here, coming back into some big areas of price support, time resistance, and especially with a really healthy retracement from this swing high. We're approaching the 0.61 as well. So this is definitely where I would like to start selling, but price action isn't really lined up for that just yet. So I have to be patient from that front. But I think we still got more dollar strength, most likely, maybe even for the rest of the week. Pairs like pound USD do still look good to sell if we can get some type of pullback into here. Some shorts do look good in the low time frames. Maybe not so much of a fan of the other dollar pairs, but pound USD does still look like a good sell. And DXY still looks bullish. So yeah, dollar to me still looks strong. Dollar Swiss may still push up another few more pips before maybe we start seeing some break structures and some bearish structural form. Henry, what is up? Miko, funding pips close my trades and isn't now allowing you to open more trades. No, I do not have the same problem. Well, at least from last time I took a trade, which was Monday. Yeah, Monday. Monday I had no issues. I got stopped out on Tuesday, and yeah, I just got stopped out, but I haven't looked to take another trade. I mean, I could just go place a 0.01 to be fair. I'll place a 0.01. Let's go Euro USD. Smaller spread. 0.01. Yes, you are right. I cannot take a sell. Yep, you are right. I cannot take a sell or a buy. Yeah, I would definitely check your email because I'm gonna check my email as well because yeah, I had an issue with them, but I just didn't check my email, and they kind of emailed me what was happening, and that kind of sorted everything. Yeah, I mean, I had the email about the the American thing. Haven't had an email other than that though. So yeah, I think I'll try and contact their support team. That would be Anus from the 15th. Not quite yet. Yeah, Anus, what's going on here, buddy, mate? What's going on here? Not allowed to take trades. We got you on the inside, and you're not helping us. What's going on here, mate? But yeah, I haven't had another email from them. I just got the email about the US thing, and I'm not in the US. I'm in the UK. So yeah, I'll probably contact their support team. But yeah, thank you for bringing that up. I had no idea. To be honest, I use my broker's platform just because I don't have to calculate my lot size. When adjusting my lots, it shows how much I can lose. Oh, okay, fair enough. I mean, well, whatever way works. Whatever way works. Fund and pips, they're shut down. Just check Discord, people can... Yeah, it's supposed to be our inside, man, mate. We've got you inside. You're not doing anything. What's going on here, man? But yeah, I'll go. I think a lot of people are complaining, so a lot of people are gonna do the complaining for us, to be fair. But I will still drop a message. I don't know what's happening, bro. I didn't join yet. Yeah, I suppose it's not on you yet. It's not on you. But from the 15th, this becomes your problem, man. From the 15th, this becomes your problem too. But yeah, you have signed that confidentiality agreement, so I suppose you can't tell us too much. But yeah, I will go double check that, because that kind of sucks, because if you are gonna look to take a trade, then you can't take a trade on Miko. Now, don't be harsh on yourself, Anus, mate. It's your first supporting agent job for funding firms. So maybe the next one, mate. Maybe the next one you'll be on the ball. I would drop them a message about that, and you drop them a message as well. Overload them just before Anus joins. If there's a lot of people complaining in their Discord, then yeah, they'll be on the issue 100%. But yeah, if they're shutting down, that's kind of big. That's kind of big that they are shutting. Come on now, it can't be another firm that could shut down. A firm that I'm in. I mean, if funding pips get shut down, I still have faith in FTMO. I still have faith in FTMO that FTMO will come through. But it's just a very ugly picture, really, because I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's just not good, because that kind of really does wreck the industry. Like, I'll have absolutely no faith in anyone. Maybe FTMO might have a glimmer of hope, but apart from that, no faith at all. I mean, at the moment, if funding pips get shut down, then I've just thrown away $1,000 of $1,000 there just to do nothing, really. So I'd rather spend that grand elsewhere. All traders who were in trades on funding pips got shut down out of their trades. Wow, I didn't know. That's kind of big. That's bad. That's quite bad. Even though if they do resolve it and everything is just fine after, that's still very bad, because you could be into a really nice winning trade, hit 5%. That 5% would have passed your challenge or got you a payout, whatever. So that's still very bad, even if they do rectify that. I'm not gonna lie. Mark, oh my god, are there any serious prop firms? I feel like FTMO, I've still got hope for FTMO. Again, been around since 2014. Haven't had any real big issues, really. Of course, the US thing. But, I still got hope for FTMO. But if funding pips go as well, it's a very, very ugly scene. And I'm not sure if it's even worth it as well, because especially if it's going to take you a while to pass the challenge, because for me it's taken a while. If you're going to pass it in like a week, then you might still be able to do something. But if it's going to take you a while to pass the challenge, then it's kind of 50-50. You might just be throwing away $500 for nothing, really. So it becomes an ugly scene, I'm not going to lie. But FTMO may be still glimmer of hope with them. But we shall see, But yeah, the prop from space is quite ugly at the moment. Miko, you can see if the black ball broker is available on your trading view. Is it available on trading view? Where am I? How do I look at brokers again? Trading panel. No, I'm not seeing black ball markets. Maybe I'm not looking in the right place, but I'm not seeing black ball markets here. Would be interesting though, trading on TradingView. I've never traded on TradingView before. But anyway, guys, we have made it to the end of the stream. It's 12:02. I will be live again tomorrow, of course, as always. And if I do get any positions, I'll let you know in the Telegram group, as always, as well. But guys, if you have enjoyed the stream, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe. It does really help out the channel. We do appreciate it. If you're looking for a broker, I do have affiliate to IC Markets. Feel free to check them out if you are looking for a broker. Yeah, guys, really appreciate you tuning in, liking, subscribing, chatting with me in the stream. Really do appreciate it. And thank you to my moderators as well. I really do appreciate it. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Of course, I will be live again tomorrow, so be there, be square, be there. But yeah, guys, have a fantastic day. What moving average do you use? 50, 100, 200? Kind of like all of them, really, to be fair. Don't really have a favorite, but I like the bigger moving averages because I like using them as dynamic support and resistance. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for coming to the stream. I will catch you all tomorrow. Stay safe and have a good one.